Ronaldo at 40 years of age, which is similar to the situation that had Argentina and Qatar with Messi. The whole team was working their backsides off for Messi. And the similar thing I see now with Portugal. Everybody bought into that phenomenon. Ronaldo, everybody bought in to help him wherever they can, because once the moment comes and he has to put the ball in the back of the net, he's there. He's there.
Yeah,
and he scored his 138th goal today.
And today he wasn't that good, but he was always sharp to know exactly, and the goal shows his talent and his flair and of course his experience. So that's good for Portugal and for the next year. And after, as Jürgen mentioned, after the World Cup for Messi, it would be fantastic to close down this era of two wonderful players, that Ronaldo getting the World Cup straight after, making sure that those players, they get out of the football with the holy grail. So Ronaldo is a leader, and he showed it today, and he will try to come back at some point, try to hold the ball, try to work for the team, not asking too much for the ball like he used to do, and pushing the others to choose him. That was sane, I would say, during those two games, and he scored the 2 goals, so that's great for him. That's a very good competition for Ronaldo.
You'd have to think, if Portugal can find somebody between now and the World Cup to play centre forward, so that you're not having Ronaldo playing, that could change the way that they can go about winning games as well. Because right now, when they have Ronaldo up front, they can't do what Spain have been doing and closing people down. They can't do it because Ronaldo can't do it. If they can find somebody between now and next year, I mean, that gives them another string to their bow. Because when Ronaldo plays up front, they can't go closing the ball, because they just can't do it, because he doesn't have the legs to do it. So if there's one of these teams can get quite a bit better, I would suggest it would be Portugal, if they can come up with an alternative.
Would you replace Ronaldo right now?
Yeah, but
though?
Stevie,
He's winning games for them.
There is something. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Stevie. I just want to jump on what Stevie said. That's the first time that I find Spain having issues working offensively against a team. And so, therefore, for me, Portugal doesn't need to close up and to press high. They know, because of the midfielder they have and the defender they have, that they can control the best team in the world right now. And because Spain have shown that. So it's not really an issue for me that Ronaldo, because of Ronaldo, they cannot close up a little bit higher. For me, they showed today that they were able to cope with that situation.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, as an issue. I'm saying that Portugal, if they can change and have the option to go and close the ball and put teams under pressure, that to me would make them a better side, because now they can, depending on the opposition, they can either sit back and do what they did today, or they can go and press high and close people because they have the legs. So I just think that Portugal have the capability of getting even better than they are.
There is something beautiful to be appreciated about Cristiano Ronaldo's confidence, borderline arrogance. At 40 years old, he scores a goal today, and his first reaction is, grabs the ball and says one. One meaning, I only need one chance. You just give me one chance, I'll put it in the back of the net. That's what I read from it. That he feels, even at this point in his career, all he needs is one opportunity. My concern with Ronaldo, while I agree with you, Stevie, that they don't press the ball as well as they could, if indeed they had somebody who had fresher legs, who had younger legs, who had more pace than Ronaldo has at this point in his career. My concern is, if we project forward to 2026 in the World Cup, we just saw it today. He played 2 high-intensity games back-to-back, 3 days from each other, and got injured in the second of those games. If we're thinking of Portugal in winning a World Cup, we're thinking about a long tournament in which they're going to play games every third day, every fourth day, high-intensity matches. Ronaldo, I don't think, at this point in his career, is in a place where he can do that consistently. Now, he can do it for short periods of time. He can do it 2 games at a time. Over the course of a month doing it, that's a different question. And also, I'm also curious as to the emotions of Cristiano Ronaldo today once they won. I don't want to read into it, but I suppose it's part of our job. That emotion from Cristiano Ronaldo winning this competition means what exactly?
What's your response to what the guys are saying, Jurgen?
Well, I think Cristiano Ronaldo, just from the outside, obviously, I met him many times, but it's not that I know him, inside out. He's a personality. He wants always more, and this celebration that he showed today is, one more title. I have one more. He's just looking always for the next big thing. And the next big thing he knows is the World Cup next year. And I see a lot of similarities with Argentina in Qatar. They all played for Messi, and I see this Portuguese side. It almost feels like they all want to play for Ronaldo. They want to give Ronaldo this very, very special, possibility to win the World Cup. And he's gonna live for that one. He's gonna sleep. He's gonna eat. He's gonna work. He's gonna do everything possible to make it happen. And his phenomenon is simply that he only, as Alejandro said, he only needs one chance and scores one goal. So I saw Germany this morning. Obviously they had 10 chances in the first half. They could have destroyed France with 4, 5, 6 goals in the first half, which they didn't. They didn't score one goal, not even. France wins the game 2-0 because this is the thing. If you have somebody like Cristiano who just needs 1 or 2 opportunities to score, so you keep him. And what Roberto Martinez did miraculous, I think, fantastically, is to reintegrate Cristiano Ronaldo in that team, to build this team based on everybody's strength. And that's what he's doing. So maybe everybody's strength is not to press as high as Spain does, and do this, what other teams maybe do, but he knows the strength of Ronaldo, the strength of Bruno Fernandes, and now with Nuno Mendes coming from the left, this is a fantastic side, and I think they will be among the favorites for next year's World Cup.
What did you think of Lamine Yamal today, Ale?
I thought it was a tired performance from Lamine Yamal. I thought a couple of touches very early on, you kind of go, doesn't seem to have a lot of life in his legs. And the decision that he was making with the ball at his feet, unlike what we have seen most of the season, seemed to be quite conservative. A couple of times he tried to take players on, was unsuccessful doing that, and then he settled for first touch back, second touch back, sideways passing. A couple of times he looked for that sort of outside of the left foot pass, didn't quite work out, and so it kind of felt to me like he didn't quite have it today. He knew he didn't quite have it, and so he was more focused on how do I become an outlet to maintain possession for the team, rather than how am I a game changer, a game breaker for Spain. That was happening far more often by Nico Williams down the left-hand side than it was from Lamine Yamal down the right.
Top corner, side net, and I mean, it doesn't get any better. You can't play any better if you're Mendes today.
There is no better left back in the world right now.
Of course, at the Champions League final there just 8 nights ago, and we'll be back there to see Portugal lift the Nations League trophy for the second time in just a minute. Let's just go through some of the key moments then, Ryan. The penalties, 5 absolute belting penalties from a Portuguese point of view. Yeah. Unfortunately, Morata was the one man whose nerve didn't hold.
Yeah, brilliant penalty kicks, considering how tired some of the players would have been that started the game. But Morata, unfortunately, is the one. I mean, it's not the worst penalty in the world. It's heading towards the corner. The goalkeeper waits. He picks the right corner. Whether he got a bit of advice from Austin McPhee, is it the coach, the set-piece coach that works with Martinez. He may have, but it would have been hard for him to have a background information on the penalty takers tonight, because a lot of them are subs, but the goalkeeper did well.
It was the only penalty that wasn't struck with pure pace.
Yeah.
All the other penalties were, goalkeepers went the right way, but the pace got it in.
Even Ruben Neves one, it was with such authority, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was the only one where it was a little bit casual, and when it's a little bit casual, that the goalkeepers invariably will get it. Even this winning penalty here, look at the pace this is struck with. Even if the goalkeeper goes the right way, I still feel there's enough pace on this that's probably still going to creep in, Yeah. So that's Morata just didn't hit it with enough power, really. But you know, they're all good penalties when they go in and bad penalties when they miss. So
yeah, if the goalkeeper dived the wrong way, it would have went in comfortably. But the goalkeeper picked the right side and made the save. But a lot of pressure on them. Great, some brilliant penalties. Mendes' penalty was fantastic.
Brilliant.
He had a great game.
We want to get to Mendes in a minute. We'll just look at some of the big moments in the match. Then we'll go back to that Ronaldo goal. So at half time, if people weren't watching, the chat was Spain were looking good here. They're going to kick on. Second half starts. Obviously, Martinez makes his changes, but